This is Radioonfire.com. Yours truly, Diamond K, in here. Thank you for joining me. Of course, we're broadcasting from the Radioonfire studios here in Baltimore, Maryland. So, D.L. Hughley is coming under fire. I don't even know if I want to use that word, but coming under fire for comments that he made in reference to Terry Crews. Terry Crews, of course, the actor. Now, there's an interview that resurfaced with D.L. Hughley being asked during a Vlad TV interview what he thinks of the whole Terry Crews thing. And, of course, they're referencing the actor's alleged sexual assault, groping. In October 2017, he claims that Hollywood talent agent Adam Vanette grabbed his penis and testicles during a party the year before. So we're talking about, 2016 when this allegedly happened. So Hughley said, I think it's hard for me to think that a dude with all those muscles can't tell an agent not to touch his ass. Hughley continued, I don't understand. I think that now everybody's so into this notion it happened to me too. Hey, motherfucker, God gave you muscles so you could say no and mean it. Hughley later joked that he felt inferior because gay men never try to flirt with him. He said, I'm not sexy enough for that. Here's my problem. I've always had to talk women into sex with me. So I imagine it would be the same way with a gay dude. Now, I agree with what D.L. Hughley said. I do. In the situations, a lot of the Me Too situations with Harvey Weinstein, Matt Lauer, different ones like that. These are men in power. The women felt like they were down here and the guy was up here and they could not, whether it is because of work or because of physical differences between men and women, just, they felt like they couldn't do anything about it, right? Physically, the men could overpower them. But in this situation, Terry Crews is much bigger than this guy who he claims touched him. So all D.L. Hughley is saying is, motherfucker, be a man. Stand up. You know what I'm saying? And you're trying, for 2 years, for a year, he held on to this big secret. He was so scared and all of this. When all Terry Crews had to do was be a man, check him, and then you can still tell your story. The motherfucker touched me. Here's what the fuck happened to him, right? But of course, he didn't want him to stoop to that level, and people were applauding him for his bravery. Terry Crews, blah, 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 blah. Now, Crews went on to say that he pushed Vanette after the alleged assault. But D.L. Hughley continued to taunt him for not slapping the shit out of his assailant at the time. The back and forth finally ended with Crews questioning whether he should slap the shit out of D.L. Hughley over his toxic behavior. Oh, now you want to assault somebody. Now you want to assault somebody. So it's very strange. But this is part of the Me Too movement, and this is what I'm saying about the double standard. So it wasn't cool for you to physically assault the white guy who touched your penis and your balls. You want to smack the person who calls you out for not standing up for yourself. What sense does that make? Many people on Twitter, part of the Me Too movement, supporting the fact that they want Terry Crews to smack the shit out of D.L. Hughley for simply saying, motherfucker, be a man and stand up for yourself. against this white boy. He wants to smack the shit out of D.L. Hughley for telling him to stand up to massa. This is what I'm talking about when I say double standards. This is what I'm talking about. Now, the Me Too movement, does it only work against black men? It only works certain ways? But not even that. All I'm saying is this. If a guy cannot stand up and be a man, then what does that make you? A woman? Makes you a woman. Terry Crews was one of the first men in Hollywood to come forward with a sexual assault allegation amid the avalanche that was the Me Too movement going mainstream back in 2017. Now, Vanette apologized to Crews in March 2018 before resigning from the agency. And other people have made fun of Terry Crews, 50 Cent, Russell Simmons, who stepped down from his businesses following multiple sexual allegations against him. Terry Crews called out men for deciding his sexual assault was hilarious. We're not saying that your sexual assault was hilarious. What we're saying is hilarious is the fact that you feared standing up for yourself even with all these muscles. That's what's hilarious. The assault is not what's hilarious. Now, Crews continued to try to play victim, saying abusers protect abusers, but they mock survivors as well. When you see me, keep it moving. Terry Crews, you're not a survivor. Come on. Terry Crews acting like a survivor is making a mockery of real survivors. Come on, women and men who really went through some shit. You went through something. Somebody touched you and you were scared to say or do anything because of the power that that person held and because you clearly are a fucking punk. That's why 2 years later you want to say, am I crazy? Is it me? Or should Terry Crews have stood up and been a fucking man? And the fact that he wants to slap the shit out of D.L. Hughley for calling him out on his bullshit shows you more of the double standards of the Me Too movement. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section. Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, at The Diamond K Show, at Radio on Fire.